we're going to go ahead and set up our backflow test machine here so that we can test our 1-inch ASSE 1013 device. This is for Cincinnati Waterworks. We're going to be doing that today. Still setting up the machine. We've got it hung here, ready to be used, and we're over the top of a mop sink so that we've got a place to drain our hoses. Alright, first thing we're going to go ahead and we've zeroed out the gauge, open them up. We're going to go ahead and print our header. Also told the owner that the water is going to be turned off, which we're doing right now. Take our high side hose, connect that to test cock 1, 2 actually, sorry, this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to take our low side and connect that to test cock 3, which is going to test the first check on the device. Direction of flows here you can see maybe with the arrow. Inlet valve, outlet valves off. We'll go ahead and we've got our header printed on the for the receipt. We'll go ahead and open up the test ports slowly. Bleed out any air. And we'll go ahead and start our test. We're going to have to hold this reading for a minute. We're currently at 7.6. We got 53.5 pounds of pressure coming in. So right now the first check is passing. Alright, we've paused the test. Now it's time to move on to the second portion of the test for an RPZ. And that's going to be open up the high side vent so that we get all the air out. You can see the water just barely trickling out. That way we know we don't have any air. Then we're going to hook that up to the vent side on the tester. Open up the high side all the way. We're going to start our test back up. Keep our hand here on the hold button and look for a drip here. And then we'll mark it when it starts by pressing the hold button. There it is. Marked hold on there at 3.5 psi differential. So far the relief portion of this device is passed. Hold this for 30 seconds. It has to be above 2 psi or greater, the differential, which we are at 3.5. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds to prove that we are within those parameters. Alrighty, we're going to pause the test, and we're going to move on to the third and final portion of the test, which is testing the second check in the device, which is over here. We'll go ahead and turn off our test cocks so we don't have a flood here. We've paused our test, so it's waiting on us, the tester. We're going to go ahead and switch these high and low hoses over to the appropriate test ports, which is going to be high side to the third test cock, low side to the fourth and final test cock. It's actually going to test the second valve, second check valve. Go ahead and make sure we've got our control knobs off on our test machine. Slowly open the high and the low sides. And once again, we're going to bleed all the air out so we made new connections to bleed all the air out so that we don't get false readings. Looks good there on the high. On the low side. And we're going to start our test again. Hold this reading for a minute, which is currently 1.9 to 2 pounds differential, which is sufficient for this device. That means that so far so good. This device has passed its annual inspection. And once again, this will be held for a minute to prove that it has held within those parameters. We'll be sending this actual receipt to the City of Cincinnati Waterworks so that they have that on record. The only thing left to do is make sure that the device information, the serial number, the type, the size, all that jives with the City of Cincinnati records, which we do on every device, or whatever device it's for, whether it be Hamilton County, Butler County, Warren, Claremont. We always make sure that the device serial number, size, and make, manufacturer are what the county or the jurisdiction asking for the test. Make sure that those two things jive. Make sure we're talking about the same device. That's really important. So we'll do that, and then make a note that we've passed. We'll stop our test here. That'll print out the bottom half where I sign as the tester, saying that all is good and well. And like I said, we'll make sure that these numbers, the serial numbers and whatnot, jive. And then when we're done, the last and final thing we'll do is put one of these one of our tags on saying that we've completed. This will all be filled out, serial number, date, repairs made, none in this case, my name, tester's name, location of the device, and the type of the device. And then of course the people that you want to call next year when you need it tested again. Alright, well, just wanted to show everybody that the tag's been filled out. We've got the serial number of the device, the size, the date that we tested, my name, location, the type, which is an ASSE 1013 RPZ, reduced pressure zone, and we're going to go ahead and physically hang this tag on the inlet side here of the valve. Let everybody know that that this has been tested. This device has been tested. At first glance, you can look, and there it is. So if there's any questions by the owner or Waterworks, anybody that would happen to come to the premises. Also, we've, before I forget, most importantly, we've turned the water back on because we're finished with the test. We don't want to get any phone calls saying, hey, my water's not on. So, really important part. We've also filled out the test strip with the appropriate numbers and information. A lot of it's a serial number, manufacturer, type of device, same thing, similar to what I have on here, but most important is my tester number and signature saying that I did this. So there you have it. That's the end result anyway after a passed device has passed for City of Cincinnati Waterworks. And we'll go ahead, drain our hoses out, turn the machine off, put the cover back on, pack it back up in its protective box, and go on to the next one.